Hello, hello. Okay, so the first part of this lesson, this is lesson B. We're going to do the second half of lesson B today. So the very first part of this lesson talks about triangles. So we're going to talk about the area of triangles and then putting it together with other shapes to find their area, as well as finding the area of a shape inside of a shape or the rest of a shape. Anyway, you'll see what I mean in just a minute. Okay. Let's start with the area of a triangle. So the formula is this right here. Area equals 1/2 times base times height. Always, always, always write this formula before you begin finding the area. That way you know that you are putting the numbers in the right spot, and that way you don't forget this little fraction, 1/2. Okay, that happens to a few of you. You know who you are. You forget to multiply by 1/2. So if you write that formula, hopefully you won't forget that little step. So the formula for the area of a triangle is 1/2 times base times height. Okay, the base of your triangle, that's just the bottom piece, and the height, another name for the height of the triangle, is the altitude. Altitude, so that's how tall it is. That's the height of your triangle, is your altitude. Okay? So to find the area of the triangle, you multiply 1/2 times the bottom, then its altitude. So if you look at these triangles here, this one, it's very clear what the base and height are. Here you have your base, 4, and your altitude, your height, 3. It's that part that is perpendicular to your base. Your altitude, your height, is always perpendicular to your base. So you'll see that little box showing a right angle because it's perpendicular. We talked about that in our last lesson. That perpendicular means it's at a right angle. So our altitude is perpendicular to our base. All right, look at this next one. Again, the measures are the same, 3 and 4, but where you find the altitude is different, okay? It's different because this here to here is not the altitude, nor is here to here the altitude. It's the spot that's perpendicular to the base, to the tip top of your triangle. So right here is your altitude, okay? Not one of these sides, it's this point from the top to the bottom, perpendicular, straight up and down. That's your altitude. So since this is 3 and 4, and this is 3 and 4, you'd have the same measure. Okay, now look at this one. Another type of triangle, but it's the same thing. Your altitude is not this side from here to here, nor is it this side from here to here. Nope, it's the top to the base, to the bottom, going straight up and down. So we have to extend our base a little bit over so that we can come straight down and we get 3, okay? So your altitude is whatever comes straight down, perpendicular to the base. That is your altitude. So to find the area of these triangles, we write our formula first. Area equals 1/2 times base times height. One half times 4 is 2, times 3 is 6. So your area is 6 units squared. So that's all you do for triangles. All right, now if you want to put that together with another shape, well, you're all probably thinking, Miss Ashley, we don't want to put that together. You make us put it together. Sorry, here we are. Okay, here I have this shape. Remember, I have to divide a big figure like this into shapes that I know the formulas for. So this shape right here, I can divide it into a rectangle, which I know the area for, and a triangle, which I know the formula for. So to do that, I'm going to cut it into 2 shapes right here. So here I have a triangle and a rectangle. So I'm going to start with my rectangle. The formula is base times height. Okay? I'm going to adjust my camera so that you can see a little lower. So now you can see right there. You can see the rest of my problem. Okay, so area equals base times height. My base going across. Be careful, it's not 10 feet. because 10 feet is from here to here. But my rectangle is not that long. My rectangle stops here, which is the same as this top piece, which is 6 feet. So that means my base is 6 feet. So be very careful with that, okay? Now my height is 4. So 6 times 4 is what, class? 24, and I know my units, so it's 24 feet squared. I'm going to put that in there, that is 24. Now I'm going to find my triangle. So the area of my triangle is 1/2 times base times height. So 1/2 times, now what's this base? Well, I know that from here to here is 6. The whole thing is 10. So what's left over? 4, that's right. So from here to here is 4 feet. So my base is 4. My height from the top to the bottom is also 4. Because this side over here is parallel, so it would be 4 feet. 1/2 times 4 is 2, times 4 more again is 8 feet squared. So in total, my area is 24 plus 8, so it is 32 feet squared. Okay, let's take a look at this shape here. If I want to know what the area is of this blue spot, okay, of all the shape that is colored in blue, all right, then that is actually a very easy area to find. But you have to do a little bit of subtraction. So first, I have to find the area of the whole big thing. Then I have to find the area of the shape inside of it and subtract it out. Right? So this here is a rectangle. So my formula is base times height. My base is 10, my height is 8. So my area is 80 units squared. Over here, this is also a rectangle, so it is base times height. 6 times 2, 12 units squared. Then all I have to do is subtract 80 minus 12, and that gives me 68 units squared. Okay, so that's all you have to do to find the missing portion.